The Battle of the Atlantic was the longest and one of the most crucial conflicts of World War II. It spanned that entire war from September 1939 to May 1945 and played a decisive role to determining the fate of Europe. The battle was fought between the Allied forces, led by Britannian and later joined by the United States, and Nazi Germany's formidable Kriegsmarine and U-boat fleet. It was a relentless struggle for control over the vital supply routes across the Atlantic Ocean. At the heart of the battle was the necessity from Britain and the Allies to retrieve supplies, food, fuel, weapons, and troops from North America. Germany's strategy was simple but deadly: to cut off Britain's lifeline by sinking as many merchant ships as possible using their deadly U-boats. The convoy of cargo ships, escorted by naval destroyers and aircraft, became prime target for the German submarine that lurked beneath the waves. The early years of the battle saw heavy losses for the Allies. The German U-boats operating in groups known as Wolfpacks coordinated attack on convoys, sinking hundreds of ships and threatening to starve Britain into submission. The peak of German success came in 1914 and 1941 when the Royal Naval and Allied forces struggled to combat an invisible menace beneath the waves. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill described the Battle of the Atlantic as the only thing that ever really frightened me during the war. The Allies knew they had to act swiftly to counter the German threat. New technology were introduced, including sonar, radar, and improved depth charges. Aircraft patrol and escort carriers provide additional protection against U-boats attacks. By mid-1943, the tide of battle began to turn in favor of the Allies. Increased ship production, improved tactics, and intelligence breakthroughs such as the cracking of the German Enigma code by British cryptographers at Bletchley Park allowed the Allies to anticipate and counter U-boat movements. The United States, having entered the war into December 1941, provided additional naval and industrial strength, further tipping the balance. As the Allies gained control of the Atlantic, German U-boat loss mounted. By mid-1945, the Kriegsmarine could no longer sustain their campaign, and by early 1945, the U-boat threat was likely neutralized. The successful defenses of the Atlantic supply lines enabled the Allied invasion of Normandy on D-Day, ultimately leading to the liberation of Europe and the downfall of Nazi Germany. The Battle of the Atlantic was one of the most significant battles of World War II, highlighting the importance of naval power, technological innovation, and intelligent warfare. It was a test of endurance, strategy, and adaptability. Without victory in the Atlantic, the outcome of the war could have been very different. As we reflected on this critical battle, one question remains: could the war have ended differently if the Germans had maintained their early dominances in the Atlantic? Let us know your thoughts in the comment below.